Uh-oh. It's time to be honest on the internet.
In due time, we'll be fine, we'll be fine. In due time, we'll be fine.
Today, I'm going to be fixing my brain by reading 5.5 hours. Hello, internet dwellers. Thank you for finding me. My name is Amanda. All right, let's set the stage. I am 8 months post.
10 months ago, I graduated from university. I feel very lost. I feel out of touch with myself, and I am overall not doing well. Neil Diamond, save me, Neil Diamond. Neil Diamond, save me, Neil Diamond.
When I'm telling you that my screen time is absurd and alarming.
Okay, so yeah, like theoretically, this could be a really soothing, calming video, but I don't feel that way, so I'm not gonna make art that looks like that.
But it's time for me to get my shit together, right? So I find the most perfect job for me. It's something I have 5 years of experience in. It's at this gallery that I've been going to since I was in high school. I am a loyalist. I promptly and swiftly, 4 days after I send in my application, fingers crossed, I get an email. And it is so short, so sweet, and so crushing. I wasn't invited to interview.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Okay, hi. We are going to look at my screen time for the past week. It will be frightening. Okay, let's look. Last week was actually horrific and terrifying. They don't get much better. So we'll do yesterday. 10 hours and 56 minutes. We have done 1 out of 10 hours so far. So it is 5 p.m. Yeah. So we will be reading from 5 p.m. until 2 a.m. No skates. Ooh, my room is a mess. And yeah, like in theory, I should probably go to a local coffee shop and read there so I can at least see other people and be outside of my house. I have this thing where like I don't feel like I deserve to go outside because I haven't done anything that I'm proud of.
I'm gonna try and wrap those up with this challenge.
I read a lot still, but I used to turn to books for answers. The author that I feel the closest to, byung. I've even taught class on him at NYU. Finished this book that I didn't finish. It's super short. It's called The Burnout Society. If you're not familiar with byung, a lot of his teachings are like a 21st century remodeling of Heidegger's writing, along with a lot of Mark Fisher influences. And Mark Fisher is how I'm feeling right now. Seriously. The thing about byung books is that they're like short. They're short, but they're not sweet. They are gut-wrenching and densely written. You kind of have to reread 3-4 times until you finally understand what he's trying to say, because you can't turn your brain off for this. This is not a mindless read. This is not a happy read. This does not feel good. I'm going to finish it because I think he's going to fix me. That's all she wrote. Let's go get some water and then we'll chat.
Big boobs.
Han, the man that you are. The man that you are.
This is your man.
Yes,
Look at the screen.
that's mine. And
And
I'm gonna stick beside him.
that's what you're going to settle.
It always feels like he's advising me. This book literally called out to me.
It truly changed my life. I tell you, the only way for you to know is for you to read it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go play in traffic.
Finishing this book felt like calling an advisor, calling my mom, having somebody talk some sense into me. The first time I read a Han book, I was in a similarly distressed state. I had moved to Berlin for the summer. As I was reading it, it was like reinstilling life into me. Like I was being replenished. It was like the words weren't words. Like they felt like they had physical beings to them. Like they felt like blocks or like just like sculptures. And I'm so proud of myself for putting this book down. I started reading it in January and I was like, this does not work for me right now. No, if I read it then, it wouldn't have done what it did to me just now. But listen to this. The last page in this book, you'll be hearing from my therapist if I hadn't ghosted her. Depression is the pathological expression of the late modern man's failure to become himself. A high school teacher of mine retired and made a post on LinkedIn and talked about how proud he is whenever he sees a former student thing, and he said, I'm so proud of the people they have become. And then I started sobbing because I was like, wait, I'm not proud of the person I've become. All of you who are in love with hectic work and whatever is fast, new, and strange, you find it hard to bear yourselves. Your diligence is escape and the will to forget yourself. If you believed more in life, you would hurl yourself less into the moment. But you do not have enough content in yourselves for waiting, not even for laziness. The solution was in this book, and I knew it fucking would. I'm doing it. Now, I know you can't think yourself out of depression, but I'm gonna see if I can think myself out of anhedonia. The solution to this feeling is not taking myself up as a project, like trying to fix myself. It is to be still with myself.
First book for tonight is going to be The Best of Simple. The cover of it is literally my bookmark because it fell off when I was living in Paris almost a year ago. Currently, I read a little bit of it this week. I'm on page 112. I shelved it because I just got a little bit bored and wanted something a little bit more stimulating for my mind. I opted to read The Present Age by Kierkegaard during that time. I wanted to think harder, and this is a very easy read. It's very conversational. I will see you and Mr. Hughes over on my bed.
Welcome to my bed. I have snacks, I have book, I have brain.
I mean, luckily I have a purse.
To set a timer for 5 hours and 30 minutes.
Hey guys, I'm really fucking bored. It reminds me of the Hokusai painting, The Great Wave. Alright, so we are checking in. We are just about at the 4-hour mark, meaning we have 4 hours left. Took a little bit of a break because I wanted to eat chips and watch Tara Yummy video. All girls do is eat hot chip and lie, so that's exactly what happened. I was drudging along, I was eyeing my bookshelf over here, thinking what I would rather be reading, and I think I decided what I'm going to read next. But at the same time, this book actually picked up. I am having a blast. Maybe not a blast, but I'm having so much more fun now with this book. And it's because Semple's little cousin comes to stay with him, and he has so much character development. I was feeling like Langston Hughes was treating him like a subject rather than a person that he just was having these conversations with that would then become a character. But anyways, he gets to have this really fulfilling development. So far, so good, but I really, really love the scenes that FD is in. Anyways, we'll chat later. I'm going to keep reading. Picking up the timer in 3, 2, 1. So I did end up falling asleep. Okay, yeah. So we have 1 hour and 55 minutes left on the timer. Okay, so what happened was one of my best friends texted me that she's hosting. I just knew that I wasn't going to let myself, but I had this distracting desire. So I found that every time I was finishing a page, I was like, wait, I just didn't even read that because I'm thinking about shaking ass at the club. So in order to put myself in a state where I knew I just wasn't gonna go and be social with people, I decided to relax. I had some lettuce and I read a bit more, was having a good time, was feeling great, and I actually did just fall asleep, book on my chest, camera angled towards my bed. It was a little odd. I woke up frantically today because I had woken up 10 minutes after I was supposed to leave my apartment. I needed this doctor's appointment, you guys. I dislocated my shoulder a few weeks ago. And I still have numb fingers from it. 3 of my fingers are numb. Half of my palm is numb. I needed them to fix it, okay? Because I'm an artist and I need my hands. I'm on page 203, and we've got 42 pages left. So I'd say that's probably about 1 hour or so of reading. Anyways, let's get into it. I'm gonna be listening to Kevin Carter in my headphones, and you guys will be listening to royalty-free music. Love you. This might be the best album I've ever heard in my entire life. and every single song was hitting me in my gut. As we're inching towards the end, I just feel like Langston is tired of his main character. It's short stories pulled from conversations at the bar between Langston Hughes and Jesse B. Simple. Which, now that I say it out loud, is a hilarious name, Jesse B. Simple. And back in the day, simple meant stupid, arrogant, dumb, thick. It's a little interesting double entendre. But anyways, so we're about 20 pages from the end of this book, and I don't know where the camera cut off before, but I was saying that I just feel like the book is ending not because it's about to wrap up nicely or even necessarily interestingly. I feel like he's ending this book because he's tired of the conversations that he's having with the main character. Because this book is a series of short stories in chronological order just based off of conversations that he has with Jesse B. Simple at the bar. And then I was kind of giggling about, because that was the first time I'd said his name out loud, Jesse B. Simple.
I feel like I look weird. So we've got a number of potential suitors for the next book of this challenge. It is currently about 5 o'clock, and we're going until 2 a.m. I've started several of these books, and I want to finish them for different reasons. This one, I just don't think I can handle right now. It's so batshit crazy. Darius James is also insanely insane, and it makes you feel insane reading this book. So this is Negrophobia. I'm about 50 pages in, and it's not a long book either, but it's written as a screenplay. I want to read something art related. Here's my art book stack, and then my normal books usually live right there. So some of these are categorized as art books by me for no specific reason other than I know that I bought them in order to help with my practice. For example, we have this Susan Sontag, Illness as a Metaphor. Sontag is responsible for one of the most pivotal, that is against interpretation. I just don't feel like this is the one for me right now. Making it in the art world, new approaches to gallery shows and raising money. Brainerd Carty, silly art books. So I'm gonna put back on the shelf because this I feel like is going to make me focus on branding myself. It's just not what I'm in the business of right now. This is Alan Capro's essays on the blurring of life and art. I have really closely and intimately read just 2 of these essays. I used to be a ghostwriter for art history candidates. I think this is the vibe right now. Plan and play and play and plan, and it is just kind of like a farmer's almanac for artists describing and defining their practice, and I'm really not far in it at all. Oh my god, I'm also 57 pages in this. I get 50 pages in it, 67 pages in, and this is kind of like a guidebook. Think Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. So I think I'm not gonna finish it today just because I find it better to treat these books like parents. When you need advice, you go and you call them, or you open up your book and you find what you need. The sun's going down. It's probably around 7-ish. I'm staying hydrated. Got my beer, got my water. Coffee acquired. It's just a little espresso. Okay. Seems like I left off 64 pages in. At Honore Fanon Jeffers, the dear pledges of our love. I'm gonna film in time-lapse mode so I don't take up 99 gigabytes of storage because I like to film in 4K. Good morning. It's 6 a.m. My friend is crashing on my couch, and I'm about to go make me a cup of coffee. This is the outro. I will lose my mind if I have to edit this video for one more second. It's been about 3 weeks. This is a random clip that I filmed before Thanksgiving because I tried to film this video last year. Okay. Love you. Love you. Subscribe. Drink your water. Unclench your jaw. Good morning, world. It is 10 a.m. I just woke up from a very interesting dream. It's neither good nor bad, but I woke up and I was pleased to be awake, so it might have been a little scary. And I'm currently reading Black Deutschland, and I'm on page 82. This feels really good to read just because I have so much in common with the main character. I'm going to try and do some reading in German. I've been doing my Netflix watching in German, and it feels really good. You always know more than you think you know. Part of this book takes place on the south side of Chicago, and it just reminded me that I need to get my flight home for Thanksgiving. So I'm just gonna do that now because I currently have money and I don't know if I'll have money tomorrow. So
There's enough heartbreaks in New York City to go around. I did experience like a little bit of a quarter-life crisis.
I just ate so much cookies and cream. I'm starting to feel like Donald Trump. I need your help. I need you to kill me.
I kind of was in my bed for 4 days, staring at a wall or staring at my phone.